Hi folks, thanks for joining me on this health insurance special. Over the last 12 months, there's been a definite rise in the Mediclaim and health insurance questions we've been getting. It could be just better marketing by the insurance companies, more media write-ups, shows creating awareness. I believe though it's largely the effect of what everyone's seeing around them. Almost all of us have encountered a story of a relative or a friend who had to empty out a bank balance or break into a large part of his savings for a surgery or medical emergency. We've already established on this show, Let's Talk Money, you absolutely must have health insurance cover for your entire family. But today, we'll spend some more time on the most obvious questions on everyone's mind. How much of health insurance cover is enough? Can I combine my health cover provided by my employer and my individual health cover for the same hospitalization? What are the caveats I must be careful about to ensure my cashless transaction goes through? My panel today has the country's best experts on health insurance. Let me introduce you to them. Neeraj Basu, CFO of Max Bupa Health Insurance, the company which has really changed some rules in this industry. Rahul Agarwal, CEO Optima Insurance Brokers, an insurance specialist, and of course from our Mumbai studio, Harsh Rungta, CEO ApnaPaisa.com, a pioneer in ensuring that customers can make informed and transparent decisions on all financial products. Harsh, thanks very much. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I think I'm going to start with the most obvious question facing everybody, and Neeraj, I want that answer first from you. How much of health cover is enough? If you look at a 7-day hospitalization in a city like Delhi and Mumbai in a good hospital, you could be spending anywhere between 5 to 10 lakhs. That's a large amount.
Absolutely, it's a large amount. Particularly given the fact healthcare inflation, I mean, if you look at statistics for the last 2 or 3 years, on an average every year, healthcare cost has been increasing at least 12 to 17% year on year. And that's one of the major contributories to growing cost of hospitalization. So while there's no formula, there's no scientific way of calculating how much health insurance is adequate.
Like you do in life insurance.
Yes.
You don't have that in health insurance.
This is our experience within the industry. Each individual in the family must have at least 3 lakhs of health insurance cover every year.
Okay.
Now this has a dependency on your age as well. Now this 3 lakh equation is good provided you are in your 20s or you're not yet crossed 30s. So every year as you cross your 30s and when you reach the 40s, 3 lakhs is not going to be sufficient, and that's a phase where at least 4 to 5 lakhs per person in the family is a must. Health insurance cost in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years is going to be absolutely unaffordable. So it's important to build this nest from now.
Rahul, scary situation. Are we moving the America way where health is just good treatment, hospitalization could probably be the most expensive thing that you will have to deal with after your 40s or 50s?
Well, luckily we are a little behind America, but we're not very behind either. But I think just to add to what Neeraj said, along with the age, it also depends upon where you're staying. If you're staying in the metro, then you definitely need to have more insurance compared to somebody who's staying in a mini metro or a SEC or a SEC-B city. I would say that somebody who is up to 40s, a family with a 40 and 2 plus 2 health insurance of anywhere between 3 to 5 lakhs should be more than enough. Should be good enough rather, I would say. But beyond 40s, definitely you need to move on to 5 lakh rupees for a family. And beyond 45, definitely now you have to think about going beyond 5 lakhs also now. And luckily there are insurers who are offering products which have gone beyond 5 lakhs. And of course, Neeraj's company does up to 50 lakhs for people who can afford that.
Right. Harsh, longevity, it's becoming a problem in a way that, you earn from 25 to age 60, but you live till 90. So not only are your resources accumulated should be good enough for you to be able to draw out and live well, but also to take care of your health needs, and it's a long period in which you will need hospitalization and very good health care.
Yeah, absolutely, Manisha. And I think the question that you asked about how much is enough is not just to be answered in the current context. So today maybe a 5 lakhs per person is enough, it also depends on your standard of living apart from the city that you live in. But very clearly the pace at which medical costs are rising, I think inflation is a huge factor. So when you look at how much health insurance you need, you shouldn't just look at what you need today. I think there needs to be a bit of planning, because although the contract is for 1 year, you are essentially entering into a long-term contract simply because the contract is renewable. Ordinarily, definitely it is renewable, plus it is portable as well. So clearly this is not a decision that you take just for this year. You need to take this decision essentially for a lifetime. So I think inflation is one thing that customers, that clients should take into account while deciding how much health insurance they will cover for.
All right. So couple of things. One, inflation is biting insurance as well, or just health treatment, and it's actually, with the figures that Neeraj has given, exceeding what your standard inflation rate is. So health treatments are going up by 12 to 17%, getting more expensive every year, even though inflation in the last year has been 10%, 9%. So that's something which is going to probably exceed your regular inflation in the economy. So that's one thing that you need to take care of. And secondly, every 5 years, every decade, you need to marginally, or not only marginally, actually by substantially increase your health cover. I think that's another important takeaway. Lots of people, lots of questions, we'll come to them, asking us, why do I need to take an individual cover if my employer has already provided me with a substantial cover? So 2 to 3 lakhs, let's say somebody is in their 25s up to 35, 3 lakh covers being given to them by their employer. Why do they need to buy an individual cover as well?
It's very simple. As we know on the private sector particularly, employment is not something which is guaranteed, which is secure, which is there for life. So your employer provided cover is as good as long as your employment goes. That's the first point. The second point is the cost of employer provided covers is on a rising trajectory over the last 3 to 5 years. Employers are finding it increasingly difficult to be able to provide the same level of cover which they were providing probably 5 years back to their employees. So one should expect rationalization of these benefits. Lastly, it's important to start building your medical history with an insurer as early as possible. Hence, they need to have a parallel cover, even if your employer is providing 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs, so that in the event you are switching employment and if the new employer doesn't provide you an equivalent cover, at least you have a personal kitty, personal corpus, which you can dip into.
Harsh, you've always been mentioning this point that sooner than later you are going to have companies look very closely at group insurance. It's a big burden for companies and it may not be there for very long.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's not later, it is sooner. Already companies, when they are renewing group insurances, are introducing newer clauses, they are introducing co-pays. Some companies are cutting out parents. I mean, and those are very parents are very difficult to insure outside. Plus the companies may now start asking you to pay a part of the premium, which is actually okay. The only silver lining in the cloud, of course, is that the portability guidelines talk of being able to carry your history from a group policy to an individual policy from the same company. In practice, how it will work remains to be seen. That's part of the portability guidelines. We really need to see how it works. If that works well, then you are actually building history even in a group plan. But I completely agree. Despite all that, because of inflation, you definitely need to build history outside of your group cover as well.
All right, on that note, let's take the first question. Krishna Kishore, 32, from Bangalore, calls us now. Krishna, thank you very much. Lovely pictures of your wife and your 2-year-old son that you've shared with us. Go ahead. What's the dilemma on medical insurance? I see that you're well covered by your employer with about 5 lakh coverage.
Yeah, good morning, Manisha and panel members of the week. I'm looking out for on policy for my family outside my employer coverage.
Okay.
So my question is whether to go for a super top-up policy with the high deductible cover which is offered by my employer, or I should go for one individual policy for each of us and go for one family floater to support the individual cover.
Okay.
So I'm looking out for 10 lakhs coverage for each of us. I need a best advice from the experts. Which I also sent you a couple of policies which I found impressive.
Okay.
So you can give us the best advice.
Fair enough. Very, very relevant question. If you have a coverage of 5 lakh, Rahul, what do you do? I mean, there's top up, there's super top up, there's individual policy that you can look at for at least himself and his wife, and then also combine it with a floater. So there's, first of all, so many permutation combinations.
Absolutely. See, at Krishna's age, you know, like if he's not very unlucky, most of his medical expenses would get covered within 5 lakhs, which his employer is providing. But still, like we discussed in the last few minutes, you know, it's important that he builds his own history also with insurance companies. And since he's keen to have a 5 lakh rupee policy, I would recommend that he take a 5 lakh rupee floater cover from any insurance company.
Okay.
A top-up works well if you already have a good base plan for you and you want to now enhance the sum insured. So, since the base plan for him is not there on his individual level, I would not recommend a top-up, but I would say let him go for a 5 lakh rupee floater policy for the whole family. And if he wants to enhance his cover beyond that after some time, then top-up would work well.
And what's the difference between top-up and super top-up?
See, super top-up and top-up, basically there are two terms which are two different products given by United India. There's only insurance company doing these two products. A super top-up will cover whenever the expenses exceed beyond a certain threshold limit, which could be 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs in the case of this product, the policy will cover that.
Okay.
But in case of a top-up, it will cover only if the cumulative expenses over the year
All right.
increase beyond a certain point.
So super top-up seems better then.
Seems better, yes.
It is a better product than the
Yes.
top-up
Yes.
policy if you are looking at any of the top-up products. Harsh, would you agree with that? A floater of 5 lakhs, because Krishna is very clear. He wants insurance cover of 10 lakh for the family, and he already has 5 with the employer.
I think, Manisha, you know, I have not been a great fan of family floaters. I think you should create your own family, own individual history, and also keeping into mind that overall coverage will be higher if you decide to take that same amount individually, although you will end up paying higher premium, but in the long run you need that higher cover. So I would say if he could do individual covers, but he could do a 2 lakh, 3 lakh per person individual covers, and a top up or a super top up on top of that. The United India policy, the only issue, the super top up is a great policy. The only issue with that is a sublimit on room rents. I think that sublimit on room rents is something that's extremely dangerous, simply because inflation makes that limit absolutely meaningless in 5 years. If that limit is say 4,000 rupees today, looks okay today, 5 years time there won't be a room available at 4,000. So I think that a sublimit is what makes that product unattractive. Otherwise that product is good. So he could look at either 5 lakh individual policies for the 3 of them, or a 2 lakh or a 3 lakh individual policy combined with individual top-ups with a deductible of the 2 lakh or 3 lakh base policies that he has. Depends on the budget that he is willing to allocate towards health insurance. From what I could understand from Krishna Kishore, clearly this is his priority and he wants to have adequate cover.
Okay, so 2 options you've got. You could go for a floater, or you could go with individuals and a super top-up combination. 3 policies, Rahul, that he sent us: Bharti, Exa, General Smart Health Optimum, Star Health Family Optima, Apollo Munich Family Floater, L&T My Health Medisure. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, of course. If he anyway wants to look at a private sector insurance company, I would recommend that he look at a specialized health insurer compared to a general insurance company.
Right.
And among Star Health and Apollo Munich, I would say Apollo Munich has a better product and a more better service focused team.
All right, fair enough. So all your questions answered, Krishna. Another big misunderstanding or myth is, can I combine my individual policy with a company provided medical insurance for the same hospitalization? So if you have a 5 lakh cover, which is a company cover, and then you take another 5 lakh and you do need to combine both, or your hospitalization bill is actually 7 to 8 lakhs, can you combine both of these? We'll come back, we'll discuss, because that's an important aspect of medical insurance. You stay. Rising medical costs and big hospitalization bills have become a reality facing everyone. So our special coverage of health insurance this week with my panelists Neeraj Basur, CFO Max Pupa, Rahul Agarwal, CEO Optima Insurance Brokers, and of course Harsh Rungta, CEO of ApnaPaisa.com. We just discussed, Neeraj, a case where a person is taking an individual cover over and above a company cover. But there's a there's a large audience out there which believes that you actually can't combine the two. Is that correct?
See,
for the same hospitalization.
Yeah. For the same hospitalization, now if you're holding two different insurance covers, and if your hospitalization bill exceeds the limit provided by either, then it is possible to claim reimbursement from both.
Okay.
The overall amount to be reimbursed will be limited to the amount actually spent on hospitalization. The customer will have to choose which insurance company he wants to put up the claim first with, but inform both insurance companies at the point of hospitalization.
Okay.
Now, the two insurance companies are expected to collaborate amongst themselves so that they can share information, documents. Of course, the first one will have to certify certain documents, second one, but then the customer will have to be held harmless as far as the overall reimbursement is concerned. Now, this is a bit hassle-some as far as practicing in reality is concerned, but the basic concept of insurance is such that both insurance companies are expected to collaborate and then reimburse their share of the bill.
Another myth, and these are some things that I'm hearing from people, that you cannot get a cover of more than 5 lakh or settle bills with an insurance company of more than 5 lakh in one hospitalization. Is that correct?
No, that's absolutely incorrect. You could take a policy of more than 5 lakh rupees, and many insurers today have policies beyond 5 lakh rupees, and you could spend that money also in a, if the bills are reasonable and customary, the insurance companies will reimburse them beyond 5 lakhs also.
Alright, so there is no clause which prevents you, if your bill runs to 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs and you do have two policies, you can combine them, you will have to inform both and you can get your entire coverage or reimbursement.
Absolutely.
Okay. Harsh, people have this problem that you do not get a very good experience with individual policies. You get far better treatment in hospitals if you have a group insurance cover provided by your company. Myth or truth?
Oh, it's absolute truth, and I think the simple reason is I think group policies typically don't exclude pre-existing diseases. And I think that is the single biggest reason when the insurance company claims that the current hospitalization is arising out of a pre-existing disease or a disease that arose out of a pre-existing disease. So that typically in group policies that clause is normally waived, and that's the reason the experience in group policies is always is typically always better than their own individual policies. I would completely agree with that.
Completely agree with that. How do you defend that, Dheeraj? Why does that happen? Because that's not very encouraging. We're telling people, go out there, take individual policies, because that's the best way to ensure that you're covered for life. You can't be giving preferences to people with group insurance covers.
I would actually not defend what Harsh said. I would use this argument to further support the importance of insurance companies having direct relationship with their customers. See what happens when you bought an individual product. Typically the chances are that you're likely to get service through a third party administrator.
Right.
Whereas if you're part of a group coverage, the contract is directly between the insurance company and the employer, and that's where the difference starts to happen. Now, if your insurance company is having a direct relationship with you without a third party administrator, then the chances that at the point of hospitalization, whether there will be any differentiation or differentiated level of service goes away.
Okay.
Now this is again a historical practice which has been there in India, is changing fast. There are insurance companies who are not dealing with third party administrators, and then the relationship element comes to the fore. That's the important part.
And I think that there's also just the ease of somebody supporting you. There's a whole office administration which comes in to support you. There are relationship people who are managing that company or corporate group's insurance, and all of it comes into play. While as an individual, those are things that you need to...
You have to fend for yourself.
You have to fend for yourself. We've got Anup Sharma joining us from Mumbai with his next question. Anup, go ahead. We've got very little time, but we will answer your question.
Yeah, good morning, Manisha. I am Anup from Mumbai.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, my question is, I have got this term plan from ICICI iProtect for 1 crore.
Okay.
Plus 50 lakh accidental rider as well. Now I want to take a family floater health insurance for myself, my family, which consists of my wife and 6-month-old daughter, and also for my parents aged 55 and 52.
Right?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, I have compared Star Allied Health, Apollo Munich, Max Bupa, and also Baroda Health. Can you suggest me a best option out of these?
Alright, so it's a product question. Rahul, I'll throw it at you.
Sure. Happy to take
And
it.
you're not allowed to favor Max Bupa just because we've got Neeraj in the studio.
Very happy to take it. If cost is a consideration, then Baroda Health is the best option, simply because it levies a very standard premium across ages. So which means that he will pay very less compared to other options, the least cost option, and he'll keep on paying that across the age bands. So he'll start now and his premium will not change as the age goes up. That is one. But in itself, it is not the best product among the products he's compared. Among the products he's compared, for him, I would say Apollo Munich would be a better product, simply because it's a little cheaper than Max Bupa, and almost gives all those benefits.
Right.
Had he been looking at a very high sum insured, I would have said maybe Max Bupa is a better plan.
All right. One question that we haven't tackled, and we don't have much time to take an individual question, but we have been getting several of those. What do you do to ensure parents, aged parents who don't have medical cover? Harsh, take that. Comprehensive, what do you do? What policies to go for? How do you ensure that they get the best medical cover?
So first of all, I think for people who have grown up on a diet of life insurance, can't understand the reluctance of health insurance companies to cover seniors. So I think clearly getting health insurance for parents who are elderly, especially they're 60 plus, is not easy, and I think there the specialized medical companies are doing a good job. I think Max Bupa, Neeraj is there, he'll probably speak. I mean, they cover across from any age to any age. Star Health has a policy called Senior Citizens Red Carpet. They cover people between 60 and 70. Again, there are lots of co-pays and sublimits in those, but the point is that cover is available. So I think at that age, my first advice is take individual covers. Claims are going to be there. I mean, you hope to God that there are no claims and your premium goes waste, but unfortunately probably the claims are going to be there. So take individual covers rather than taking a floater either with yourself or even between both your parents. Take individual policies, disclose everything. I mean, typically there would be niggles. Even if they don't have anything major, disclose everything so that claim process is, I think, a good complete disclosure along with properly done medical reduces the chance of claims being rejected. So I think those are the two things that people should definitely keep in mind. Definitely they can, the companies that they can look at, obviously Max Bupa, Star Health. You also have these Varisht health insurance plans that some of the public sector companies are offering, but in practice very difficult to get. Although the plans exist on paper, in actual practice to get those policies is not easy.
There you go. So Harsh has spelled out the very basic principles of assuring your parents who are senior citizens. Look at private insurance companies. You do have products in the market. You have products even from the PSU insurance companies, but they're not easily available. Gentlemen,